How come you don't roll GL anymore? Do you not love me anymore?
What was the card? February is that girl. I'm rocking it.
That's not what jail is.
Yes, this is my month. Hi friends, happy February. I cannot believe that January is already over. It feels like it has been a whack of a month. And you know what? I'm going to call February my new January. And we're going to kickstart off this month with a TBR board game video. I already actually completed 2 books, and today is February 6th or 7th. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that. And I have no real plans as of what to read in February. So I am going to do 5 picks from my TBR board game to help me choose some of the physical books that I have here on my cart. I recently did a walkthrough of everything that's on my cart in my latest video. So if you guys are interested in all the books that are on my cart, check out that video. But for now, let's play my TBR board game and see what picks I get for the month of February. I am doing a couple of buddy reads. One is with Sully, which is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. That book recently came out February 4th. I am on a low buy this year, so I did not pre-order the book. So I'm hoping to get that in the library sometime soon. But both of our wait time is currently at 9 to 10 weeks, so it might not actually be a February read. The other buddy read is actually with a whole lot of other booktubers such as Bonnie, Chelsea, Kat, Ellie, and Michelle, and I'm so grateful to be buddy reading with you all. Onyx Storm. We have a little email thread going back and forth about what we thought about the book, and I already finished it, but I know some people have just started to get their copies from their local libraries, so I'm going to keep my review and everything shut about that and continuing on to our TBR board game. Now, I'm trying a little bit of a different layout, a little bit of a different method to showcase to you all what I rolled. And let's just get to setting up the board right now. The last time we played this game, I actually ended up on library book, and that's where we'll start this game. Actually, I don't think I have like a little figure to mark where to step. So I'm going to reach behind here and just grab a little Lloyd figurine. And he will be the little marker that I'm going to be using in this game to walk across the board. Now, last time I made the mistake of not blocking out anything that is library or Kindle related, even though I wanted to read off of my shelf. So this time around, I'm actually going to fix that by replacing some of these library Kindle spots with cards from the deck. So I have 2 cameras set up going on because I'm trying something new out, but I'm going to pick cards from this deck, and they will be replacing downloaded on my Kindle library, book library, and let's see, stuff your Kindle day. So I think that'll be perfect. I'm going to go ahead and set up the board. And also I need to pick out a card for the go spot. I realized later on that if I always start out at go, the amount of spaces I will hit on my first roll is limited to 12, and we don't want that. We want a lot of variety in here. So I'm going to go ahead, set up the board, and catch up with you guys when I do my first roll. All right, so for my goal spot, it is going to be having a lot more difficult than this. It is going to be available now at the library. We are going to discard this because, again, I am trying to read from my TBR cart this month and move on to the next one, which is the oldest TBR. Okay, so that's going to be the goal spot. I don't know what is considered oldest on this one. So if we end on that, I might have to do a little bit of a brain work. But moving on, for the spot that is library book, I am going to replace it with a thriller. Okay, that's pretty exciting. For download on my Kindle, it is going to be LGBTQ plus representation. Let me take a look at the shelf. So the thing with this shelf is I don't know 100% if there's any LGBTQ plus representation. I'm going to allow myself to look on my library queue for this one if I land on that. And then moving forward, the next one is going to be the most recent TBR. I love that we have the oldest TBR and then the most recent TBR. and that is going to go into the Stuff Your Kindle spot. I believe this now sets up the board so that most of the reads, unless it's LGBTQ+, is going to land onto this shelf. I am going to prioritize looking up to see if any of these have any LGBTQ+ representation. But that aside, let's get playing the TBR board game. I am also going to allow myself to listen to audiobooks, even if I say that I'm going to read something off of the shelf, because I found that I'm really enjoying audiobooks at the moment. And I really do think that it helps me get into the groove of reading again. And it allows me to have something to do while I'm getting ready in the morning, taking out my dog and all that good stuff. So even if it's a TBR cart shelf, I am going to allow myself to borrow the audiobook from the library to read these as well, just to help me conquer my shelf a little bit and make it a little bit less intimidating. Because if you know me, chonker books intimidate me. That's why I'm a Kindle girly first and then an audiobook girly. Without any further ado, I'm going to do a little bit of shuffle for these again. And we will do our first roll. All right. 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get a free pick. So this is good. This is actually really good. For my free pick, I am going to pull out a Promise of Peridot. I actually just received the audiobook for this, so I'm excited. This has been on my TBR shelf since last year. It's probably one of the first book I pre-ordered, I believe. So really excited about this. And finally, I'm finally going to get around to reading this, finishing this. There is a third book, which will help me also check off one of my 25 goals for 2025, which is to finish or DNF more series. So this is a good start to the TBR board game. So book 1. All right. I think this is the first time I've gotten a free pick from my TBR board game. All right, that is 4 plus 2, 6, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Part of a series. Part of a series. Do I have any books that are part of a series on the shelf? I'm not going to count companion novels because I don't think companion novels are necessarily like part of a series. I also don't want to start any series. So trying to see in the back. Okay, no, in the back are more literary picks. We have City of Bones, which I said I wanted to get around sometime this year, but again, I don't want to start a series. Okay. Okay. We are gonna go with this one, the third book of the Percy Jackson series. I am buddy reading this with my husband. Buddy reading is a loose term. He's not reading it, but I am reading it. And I might DNF it or soft DNF it after this because it really depends how interested and invested I am in the story. I'm not going to buy any more of this book since he owns the rest of the series at his parents' house. So I will probably soft DNF it until we go back down and I gather those books up. So again, prompt 2 is part of a series, and I picked Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse. Honestly, it could also work with A Promise of Peridot. So did I want to cheat and do a free pick on here? I might do that actually, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now let's roll. That's 2 out of 5, right? I'm planning to roll 5. I don't know if I said that already, but here is my third roll. This is a 6 and this is a 3, so 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh! For the first time, we get to pull from the TBR cart. I mean, the TBR cards, not cart. It is. Oh, this is gonna be hard. Highest rated on Goodreads out of all of these. This is gonna be hard. Okay. That means I have to search up every single one of them and figure this out. Okay, I can do this. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. So I upgraded recently to a different phone, but I still have my iPhone, and this feels so slow now. I have no idea I have no idea how I did it in the past, but let's take a look. Did I ever add any of these onto my TBR? I don't know. It's still loading. Okay. 4.62. Oh, I think that one's gonna be hard to beat. The night ends with fire. Okay, that was a terrible, terrible prompt. Sorry. That was okay. That was a terrible prompt because the first book I searched up was the highest rated book. So why did I go ahead and search up all of these books? The book with the highest rating is The Woman at a 4.62, which is no surprise to me. This is also on my 25 before the end of 2025, coming in as a heavy recommendation from Renee at Beyond Books. So I guess I'm finally reading this book in the month of February for the, what was the card? For the highest rated on Goodreads. Okay, that puts us at currently 3. We have 2 more reads to pick, and then we'll quickly do a wrap up of this video. That took way longer than it needs to be. Why? Why did I bother looking and searching up the other books? Okay, we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another free pick. Another free pick. Yes. Yes. This is my month. February is my month. I get to choose and dictate what I want to read. So I am actually going to pick The Vanishing Half by Bennett. This is a heavy recommendation from Chris at Chronically D. She really enjoyed the book. I think this has a lot to do with generational trauma along with identity. And I do think this is going to be a really good book for Black History Month as well. So I'm really excited. I was hoping one of these will land on something that I get to pick out The Vanishing Half for, and I'm so glad I got a free pick for it. So moving right along onto our very last roll of this TBR board game for the month of February. I'm rocking it. It's great. We didn't hit jail. We hit 2 free picks. It's going good. And for the very last roll, it is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A romance read. Oh, it is my month. It is so my month. Why are you looking at me?
How come you don't roll jail anymore? Do you not love me anymore?
What the fuck? What the fuck? You know, if I roll jail, I was gonna make you pick something from this card, not your own recommendation, right?
That's not what jail is.
It is. It is for this month because I'm trying to read all the books on this card. Anyways, romance as the very last and final pick for this TBR board game. We are ending it strong. February is that girl, is that month. A romance read. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm actually really, really happy, except I don't know what has romance in it. I don't buy a lot of romances because I don't know, I just don't. So the only one I actually can think of is one of these 2. Pretty sure. I mean, okay, for sure we have In the Weeds, which is a romance, but I want to wait until spring to read it because it's a spring book. Gone Girl is technically romance, but I'm gonna cool it with the mystery for now. The Night Ends with Fire, I do believe has some romance in it. Five Broken Blade also has romance. Things We Left Behind and Things We Had from the Light, also romance. And then The Great Gatsby definitely has romance. And Filthy Rich Vampires. I'm trying to think what I want to do. Actually, oh, do I cheat on the very last one? No, let's not cheat. Let's not cheat. I said that I wanted to accomplish trying to tackle my TBR, so I'm not going to cheat. And I think for this month, we have some literary picks in here. So I think I'm going to go with Filthy Rich Vampires. Again, vampires, romance. What else can I ask for? I don't really know anything about this except that there's vampires, and that's all I need to know. Vampires with billionaire romance trope. Yes. Okay, I think that is it. I think that is all the picks for my February reads. On top of this, I do have an overdue book from the library. By overdue, I mean I redeemed it on my Kindle, put it on airplane mode, and it's already back in the library for someone else to check it out. And it is, I believe, The Bride Test by Helen Hoang. I really liked the Kiss Quotient, so I picked up the second book in the Set of Companion series with it, and I'm excited to see if I will like The Bride Test just as much. I remember, I think it was either a 4 stars or a 5 stars. I really liked the neurodivergent representation, and the smut in there was absolutely perfect. I love it. So I do have that already on my Kindle, and I might read that as the 6th book for this month on top of everything that I have already finished for this month, which is 2 books. Yeah, I've finished 2 books. I'm currently reading Murder on the Orient Express. That was supposed to be a January read. It was part of my January TBR, but I'm getting around to it now. And then we have this set of books right over here. And then we have the Kiss Quoted. Sorry, not the Kiss Quoted, the Bride Test. So that will put me at around, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to add in my head. So 2, 3, 4. That puts me about 9 books, which is kind of average for how many books I read a month. So I'm not too worried. Well, I am a little bit worried because The Woman is dense. I'm definitely going to be picking up the audiobook for The Woman for sure, because I can't imagine holding this book for an extended amount of time. So yeah, let's quickly go over all the reads that I have for this month once again. Do you guys even really need that? Sometimes I feel like I'm repeating myself. But anyways, the very first pick I had was a free pick, and I chose A Promise of Peridot, the second book of the Sacred Stones trilogy. The second prompt that I received or I rolled for is a part of a series. I want to complete and finish as many series as possible this year. So I picked up Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse as part of a series. Then after that, what did I hit? I'm looking at my board. Oh, yes, right. After that, we had the highest rated on Goodreads, and that was The Woman by Kristin Hannah, coming in at 4.62 stars on Goodreads. Then once again, I got really lucky, and I'm living for it. I got another free pick, which is The Vanishing Half by Bennett. This seems like a good pick for Black History Month, and it has a lot of literary commentary about identity and life and how generational trauma can affect your current life and your current identity. So I'm interested. I think that's what this book is about. I'm not 100% certain. I can't wait to experience it. And the very last one, the perfect prompt for February, is romance, and I picked up Filthy Rich Vampire, which is the first in its series. I hope it wraps up nicely and cleanly, because I don't think I'm going to pick up every single book of the series. But we'll see how this book intrigues me and if I'm going to be continuing on with the series, or is it a set of companion novels? I don't know. And that is it for this TBR board game. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I hope you guys enjoyed me picking out, trying to figure out what books matched with my TBR board game. And without any further ado, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section if you have read any of these books and which one you think I should read first after I finish The Murder on the Orient Express. And I will see you guys next time in another video. Bye! Dwiddling.